tadit sorry. Uddasatadit amboda gataya nasta bhagane vyomni pravishta tamasa nasma vyadrishyate padam. Translation. The luminaries in the heavens were screened by masses of clouds in which lightning sometimes flashed as though laughing. Darkness reigned everywhere. Nothing could be seen. Chukruksha Vimanavardi Udurmi Shubitodara Shodapana Cha Sarita Chukshu Shushka Pankaja. The ocean, with its high waves, wailed aloud as if stricken with sorrow. And there was a commotion among the creatures inhabiting the ocean. The rivers and lakes were also agitated, and lotuses withered. The rivers and lakes were also agitated, and lotuses withered. Muhu paridhayo abhuvan saravo sasisuryayoho nirgataratha nirahada vivarebhya praja jahire. Misty halos appeared around the sun and the moon during solar and lunar eclipses again and again. Claps of thunder were heard even without clouds, and sounds like those of rattling chariots emerged from the mountain caves. Antagramesu mukhato vamantyo vahanim ulbanam Shrigala uluka tankara prane du ashivam shiva. In the interior of the villages, sea jackals yelled portentously, vomiting strong fire from their mouths, and jackals and owls also joined them with their cries. Shivam, yeah. Sangitavad, Rodanavad, Unna Maya Shirodharam, Vyamunchan Vividavacho, Grama Simha Tatatata. Raising their necks, dogs cried here and there, now in the manner of singing and now of wailing. I believe the last verse, yeah. Khara Karkashaishata Kurai Nantodara Talam Harkara Ravashamattaha Paryadhavan Baruthasha. Synonyms: Karaha, asses, Cha, and Karkasai, hard, Shataha, O Vidura, Kurai, with their hooves, Nanta, striking, Dharatalam, the surface of the earth, Khakara, braying, Rabasha, wildly engaged in, Mataha, mad. Paryadavan ran hither and thither. Varuthasha in herds. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. O Vidura, the asses ran hither and thither in herds, striking the earth with their hard hooves and wildly braying. Purport. Asses also feel very respectable as a race, and when they run in flocks hither and thither in so-called jollity, it is understood to be a bad sign for human society. Om Agnanatiminandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Samrupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jita Padakamanam Sri Guru Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabhadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanto Namastute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Bhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavane Vayo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So, we're in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam where ultimately, after hearing from her husband Kashyapa, Diti held the offspring within her womb for 100 years. For 100 years. Out of fear that they would cause havoc when they take birth, or out of also a fear, which Chakravarti Thakur explained, or out of even fear that, since her husband foretold that ultimately they will be killed by Lord Vishnu, out of fear that they will be killed. Her mother is very affectionate towards the sons. Right. And ultimately, after 100 years of bearing, she delivered twins, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakakshipu. Hiranyaksha took birth first, followed by Hiranyakakshipu. Kashyapa Muni explains that as far as the birth of twins are concerned, uh, whoever is conceived first takes birth last. So from that aspect, he considered Hiranyakashipu to be the elder brother than Hiranyaksha, though no means Hiranyaksha came out, took birth first. A technology which we can just understand from Srimad Bhagavatam regarding the twins. Yeah. So, with such powerful demons taking birth, when demons take birth, all kinds of inauspicious environment is there around. And all inauspicious signs appear throughout the universe. Srila Prabhupada describes the ominous import of natural catastrophe. Right. So when there are natural disturbances, like blowing cyclones, too much heat or snowfall, uprooting of trees by hurricanes, it is to be understood that the demonic population is increasing. And so the natural disturbances also taking place. And here there are so many ominous signs mentioned in these 5 verses. Darkness throughout, thunder. I don't know, we hear about this ominous sign of thunder, sound of hurricanes, the ocean swelling, right? The inhabitants of the ocean not knowing where to go because of the waters are rising like anything. The dogs, at one time they're singing and another time they're wailing. They are completely confused. The ashes, right? They are running hither and thither in herds, striking the earth with the hard hews and wildly braying. These are all ominous signs of demonic increase of the population. Too much heat, too much cold. And you can relate that in our current conditions. Some winter excessive cold, some summer excessive heat. So much so, I was hearing in European countries, the roads melted. So much heat. Roads melted. Right. So that's are all ominous signs for demonic population increasing. And here, 2 demons, right, who were associates of the Lord, Jai and Vijay, cursed by the Brahmanas, aided by, they're also called as 4 sanas. Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanakamara, Sanandana, right? They're also, in the 12th chapter of the 3rd canto, they're also described as the Lila avatars of the Supreme Lord. They're not ordinary Brahmanas. From them, one can learn pure knowledge and devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So they somehow, in this situation, we see that they cursed the associates of the Lord, um, and Lord Vishnu himself um, being displeased, but at the same time, Namo Brahmana Devaya is respecting the verdict of the Brahmanas. And he's telling his um, associates, Jai and Vijay, that he could nullify the curse if he wants to, but now at the same time he wants to withhold what the curse of the Brahmanas. And as a result, they'll have to take birth thrice on this Martya Loka planet. And ultimately they'll come back and resume the service as the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha. Place where there's no anxiety, no ominous signs. We hear about dark clouds, sky completely covered, darkness, birds glorifying Lord Krishna. Is Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhikar. Yahan Krishna wa nahi Maya adhikar. Right. Krishna Surya Sama. It's like Krishna is like sun. Maya hai andhikar. Maya, ignorance, is like darkness. Right? Ignorance is like darkness. Yahan Krishna, so wherever there is Krishna, Maya, there's no adhikar of Maya. There's no influence of Maya. Otherwise, everybody is bewildered by Maya. Everybody is bewildered by Maya. Right. Natad bhasate suryo nasasakana pavakaha. In the abode of the Lord, natad bhasate, there is no sun. Natad bhasate surya nasasaka, no moon, no pavaka. The abode of the Lord is illumined by the light, brightness coming from the Lord's body himself. Brightness coming from the Lord's body. So that's when the Lord appears. But when the demons who are atheistic, namam duskritana mudha prapandana naradhama maya aprita jnana ashrim bhav, they are they come, they're completely against the Supreme Lord. Right. All these ominous signs come. It's filled with darkness. The sky is filled with darkness. Right? And all these ominous signs start. Jackals are crying. Right? The sea jackals are crying. Harikishore Prabhu was mentioning about when Duryodhana was to take birth. Similar ominous signs appeared. So much so that saintly person Vidura, just seeing the signs around, could understand what is happening. And he advised Gandhari to abort the child. Right? We have this anti-abortion movement at this moment and that moment. But right, 5,000 years back, 5,000 years back, Vidura had advised to to Gandhari to abort. Because just by seeing the ominous signs, jackals were crying, dogs were wailing, and all the ominous signs were present. That time when Duryodhana took birth, or was about to even take birth. Right. That's um, no, when demonic population increases, like Sri Prabhupada mentioning here, the ominous import of natural catastrophe, when there are natural disturbances like blowing cyclones, too much heat or snowfall, and uprooting of trees by hurricanes, it is to be understood that the demonic population is increasing. And so the natural disturbance is also taking place. So the increase of demonic population, right? We see when the Lord appears, the Lord instructs all the demigods also to appear in different houses. Why? So that they can also participate in the Lord's pastime. Right? They can also participate in the Lord's pastime. That is when the Lord appears and the demigods appear. Here, as we see early part of the chapter, the demigods are seeing the ominous signs. They are themselves fearful. They come to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma is pacifying them. Right. And ultimately, in this chapter, we'll see how Hiranyaksha, who represents greed, each of these 6 demons represents one main anartha. And Hiranyaksha represents greed. And when a person is very, very powerful, he misuses his power, his mentality is demoniac. What does his mind lead him to? Perform demonic activities and be greedy. Right? And we see that around the world. Right? Powerful nations conquering, trying to conquer less powerful nations. The principle of survival of the fittest. Or humanity trying to kill the animals left and right. Right? As if they are toys for their own pleasure. Right? For their own pleasure. So, yep, that's today's class. Let's have some discussion. If anybody would like to share the reflection on the words. Any questions? We still have a few minutes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, or Srila Prabhupada. It is very nice how pure devotees can envision the future calamity, but how non-devotees will ignore such suggestions, good suggestions, for which are even though sometimes even we know also it may not be appropriate. Sometimes we have to, due to circumstances, we have to take some decisions. That is a good point, that we should very strongly think again and again before taking any suggestions. It is very nice. And yeah, everything
Yes.
is for a great cause. It is good.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mataji. Yeah, that's why, Om Agnana Timirandasya Jnanam Janam Salakaya. We are born in darkness. We're covered with darkness. We need to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master who can guide us. So the Brahmanas are saintly persons. We need to seek guidance from them. How we can come out. In ancient times, the monarchs used to have advisors in form of Brahmanas, like Chanakya Pandit, Chandragupta Maurya, and similar. Vasishtha Muni, Lord Ramachandra was taking guidance from the Kulguru. So, what it signifies that we need to take guidance at different points. It's not that having progeny is simple and we just like animals increase unwanted population. Has to be done with proper sanskar, like Garbhadan sanskar. We just see in this particular incident itself what is the result of untimely procreation, right? DT getting agitated and untimely procreation. Kashyapa Muni led to the birth of demons who could cause havoc. Yeah. Very good, Mataji. Thank you. Anybody else?
Prabhuji, quick question. Which anartha does Hiranyakashipu represent?
Hiranyakashipu represents pride. I believe it's pride.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, greed. Yeah. Right, right. Yeah. Yeah. Entrepreneur means I can come from either pride or anger. He's angry that his brother is killed. And that's why he's kind of performing all these austerities. And ultimately, it's an anger. Yeah, so it could be anger, predominant anger. Hiranyaksha represents greed, Hiranyakashipu represents anger, Ravan represents lust, right? I captured Mother Sita. Kumbhakarna, 6 months is sleeping, represents illusion. Shishupal represents envy. He's always envious of the Supreme Lord. And Dantavakra, I think Dantavakra represents illusion. So Kumbhakarna represents representing pride. That could be another thing.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. We can have further discussion on Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. It's 7 o'clock, 7:02 to be exact. We'd like to thank you all for joining. And we'd like to wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. The Parna time is already started. It was from, what's the Parna time? Shimeshwar Prabhu had posted.
6:42.
6:44 a.m. till 10:47 a.m. I would like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Shina Singho, Jai Singho, Jai Singho, Praladesa, Jai Padma Ugra Veeram Mahavesham Jalantam
Jalantam
Sarvatokam Narsingham Bhisham Bhadramitya Mamyam Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Yeah, Mataji just corrected. So, yeah, Hiranyakashipu represents pride. Yeah, we'll also check, but yeah. So, okay. So then Kumbhakana will be representing anger. So, one of those things are there. Yeah. That's all for our humble obeisances. All the Samal Vaishnavas, Vancha Kalpatarubhaya Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Vacha Patitanam Pavane Bhaya Vaishnave Vyo Namo Namaha Vaishnavinda ki jai, Granth Sahib Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.
Thank you, Madhupati Prabhuji. Thank you.